So I would like to invite Dr. Chitra Selvan as the expert. And to introduce Dr. Chitra Selvan and to support her, I invite Dr. Yash Patel to moderate the articles. Over to you, sir.
Uh, it is indeed pleasure to invite Dr. Chitra Selvan. She is a senior endocrinologist from Bangalore, and she is. It is indeed pleasure that to introduce her and to mentor this session with expert opinion from her. This session consists of 4 articles which are reviewed by our consultants of from the lifestyle disease group, and Dr. Chitra Selvan, who is consultant endocrinologist from MS Ramaya Memorial Hospital in Bangalore, is the expert for the same. And each article, after sharing the review from the consultant, expert would provide the comment, and then the article would be open for discussion. So for the same, Chitra Malam, do you want to share something on it, or can we start with the articles?
I think it's a great initiative to spend Sunday morning tearing up some of the big papers which have been published every month. It's a great initiative, and thank you for the honor.
It is always pleasure, Chitra madam. So our first speaker is Dr. Hina Goswami from Jamnagar, and the article is on from the diabetes care this March month, and the article is type 2 diabetes subgroup, risk for complications and differential effects due to an intensive lifestyle interventions. Over to Dr. Hina Goswami. Your slides are visible, and go ahead. You have to unmute. Yes.
Thank you so much. Sorry for early display of slides. I didn't wanted to waste time. Sorry. So I'll start.
That is appreciated. Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So my topic is type 2 diabetes subgroups, risk for complications and differential effects due to an intensive lifestyle intervention. After a very good session with ma'am, this topic will do a lot of justice. Just a minute. So this article was published in Diabetes Care in March 11, 2021. So the introduction goes this way. The re-evaluation of the action for health in diabetes, look ahead trial intervention, incorporating diabetes subgroups to identify whether intensive lifestyle intervention is associated with differential risk for cardiovascular disease by diabetes subgroup. The interest includes to evaluate the cardiovascular outcome of intensive lifestyle intervention in diabetic subgroups. The subgroups included in this look ahead trial were older age of diabetes onset, that was 42%, poor glycemic control, that was 14%, severe obesity patient, which was 24%, and younger age of diabetes onset, 20%. It was observed that the randomization to intensive lifestyle intervention was associated with increased risk for each cardiovascular outcome only among the poor glycemic control subgroups, where the hazard ratio was more than 1.32. Among the 3 other diabetes subgroups, ILL was not associated with increased risk of CVD. The background reference to this article is, in the Look Ahead trial, around 5,000 participants aged between 45 to 76 years with type 2 diabetes and overweight or obesity were randomly assigned to 10 years of intensive lifestyle intervention or a controlled condition of diabetes support and education. The focus was on weight loss through decreased calorie intake and increased physical activity. To characterize diabetes subgroup, K-means was applied clustering to data on age of diabetes diagnosis, BMI, waist circumference, and HbA1c. The relative intervention effects on the trial's pre-specified CVD outcomes varied among different diabetic subgroups was examined. In 2013, the primary findings for the Look Ahead trial was first reported and demonstrated that intensive lifestyle intervention did not reduce the rate of cardiovascular disease events compared with the diabetes support and education control. Although the intervention did not demonstrate benefit for CVD events, it did result in reduced weight and improved physical fitness, glucose control, and CVD risk factors among participants. The goal of intensive lifestyle intervention was for individuals to achieve and maintain weight of more than or equal to 10% of their body weight through decreased calorie intake and increased physical activity. At baseline in the clinics, the vital parameters, HbA1c, cholesterol levels, their addiction history, their family history of diabetes, and the treatment given to them for the same was monitored. After observing increased risk for each composite cardiovascular outcome only among the poor glycemic control subgroup, the three remaining subgroups showed 15% reduced risk for the primary cardiovascular outcome, as well as reduced risk for secondary outcome and myocardial infarction. It was also observed that the intensive lifestyle intervention was beneficial for two subgroups, especially whose HbA1c was more than or equal to 6.8 or around less than or equal to 6.8. The high self-reported healthcare score, individuals with more less than 6.8% HbA1c, a low self-report healthcare annually experience worse outcomes. This collective body of research highlights a specific gap of ineffective interventions among individuals with high HbA1c. So the conclusion includes, in this secondary analysis of data from the Look Ahead trial of intensive lifestyle intervention among overweight and obese individuals with type 2 diabetes, it was characterized in diabetic subgroups, which I explained earlier, assessed for differential treatment effects due to lifestyle intervention for weight loss, identified in these four unique diabetic subgroups characterized by old age, diabetes onset, poor glycemic control, severe obesity, and younger age of diabetes onset. This randomization was associated with increased risk for each cardiovascular outcome only among the poor glycemic control. That was more than 1.32. Among the three other diabetes subgroups, it was not associated with increased risk of CVD. Among overweight and obese individuals with type 2 diabetes, a lifestyle intervention was associated with differential risk for CVD that was dependent on diabetic subgroups. Diabetes subgroups may be important to identify the patient who would achieve benefit and avoid harm from an intensive lifestyle intervention. This shows that individualization is the key. Intensive lifestyle intervention is not for everyone. We have to subgroup the diabetes population and accordingly advise them lifestyle modification. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hina, for that crisp presentation. If I can just bring perspective to the presentation that has just been made. When cardiovascular outcome trials were being published left, right, and center, we were all eagerly looking forward to the results of the Look Ahead trial, because it was a trial which was looking at the cardiovascular disease outcomes, but primarily if intensive lifestyle changes will bring about improvement in cardiovascular outcomes. So we were waiting with bated breath. But what happened was in 2013, they prematurely stopped the study in 2013, saying that there was no benefit at all due to intensive lifestyle. So all of us were left feeling flat, that, doesn't sound right. You and I both have seen that with intensive lifestyle changes in clinical practice, there is improvement in cardiovascular risk factors, there is improvement in HbA1c, there is improvement in weight. All of that should have added up to improvement in cardiovascular outcomes, but it was not happening, right? So this paper is an important paper because it's trying to find out why the results of the original Look Ahead trial was that it was not effective. And it's a very nicely done paper in which they have divided them into 4 different groups to identify which group was the one which brought down the overall results of the entire group which was included in the study, and which groups actually showed benefit. And as Dr. Hina has identified, individuals who were obese, individuals who had a younger onset of disease, and individuals, what was the third group, Dr. Hina?
Early onset diabetes and
early onset diabetes.
Yes.
Yeah, they did very well on the group. Only the small group of individuals who had poorly controlled HbA1c. And can I bring to your attention that the poorly controlled mean HbA1c was 9.3%, not 11% or 12%. That was a key point, that even if your patient's HbA1c is 9.3%, maybe we should work towards bringing the HbA1c down and then focus on intensive lifestyle change. That's probably the lesson that we need to take forward. But another thing that I should probably highlight is, because this was a program which was looking at intensive lifestyle changes, all patients who were recruited underwent a rigorous screening exercise program to assess whether they will be able to cope, whether we can push them, whether their cardiac status allowed it. That is another thing that we have to keep in mind, because in our country, regular consultation with a physiotherapist to check your fitness level before you start an exercise program is something which is not regularly done. And there might be underlying cardiovascular disease which you've not assessed. There might be uncontrolled hypertension which you've not looked at. There might be untreated retinopathy which you've not looked at, all of which could potentially worsen if you push them to an exercise plan without taking complete stock of it. So thank you for the great presentation. There are a lot of lessons to be learned there. But in the obese group, the mean BMI was 43 kg per meter square. So that's probably a BMI which we don't regularly see in our clinical practice. But yes, those are something. So if there are any questions about this important paper, we could take it.
I want to ask one thing. Even while studying this article and preparing the slides for it, I has the same issue. That it was not connecting to me. How is this possible? And as we as Indians are different ethnically, so and this was the paper done. I don't think so that race, as the slide when I went through, the race was also included during monitoring. But I think such a study should be done exclusively in Indian population because we have a very different ethnicity, and maybe after that we can be able to conclude in a better way that what is the right thing for our Indian patients.
Yeah. So their intensive lifestyle program, that is something that I'm always curious about. क्या किए थे वो लोग? क्या किया? तो बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं किया था. They called them for a 3-monthly meet, right? Through the program, and one annual meet where they reviewed and reassessed technique before starting a very good screening program. कि क्या तुम कर सकते हो कि नहीं कर सकते हो? And then they had an exercise plan charted out for them. So your exercise category is so much, so you should start with this and progress with this. I think progression is the most important thing. Like with every quarterly, you need to give them something to push them a little bit further, but within careful limits. So it's definitely, your idea is welcome. We should probably plan one here. But yes.
Yes, and the idea for that was monitoring was through only the subjective way. It was not specifically documented in a way, and though the outcome was there, so it is like honest enrollment of the individuals around. Yeah.
And they were all motivated people. जब बुलाने वाले थे तभी बुलाया था कि it's on you. You have to exercise. If you are interested, you come. Not the reluctant patients whom we get and say like, chalo, shuru kar do walking, shuru kar do walking. Yes. Highly motivated people. Even in the placebo group, even in the control group, highly motivated group were recruited who are keen on exercising.
That's true. That's true. So in an Indian scenario, so I would just add on to the audience what we have changed from the last time is like with each article, there is expert comment and there is a blank space for the interaction. So any of the delegates who wants to have an interaction, they can raise their hand or they can unmute themselves and ask ourselves. So, and on above note, there are 2 other declarations for the same. So this is all organized in a support with the lifestyle disease group, which I am repeating again and again. And as a group, we are releasing a newsletter also, a newsletter in the 4th week of the every month, and which includes all of these presentations along with the articles among that and the expert comments. So it is indeed pleasure. We'll share those to our all registered emails so that they can have the access of this audio video library to all of us around. And thank you for those experts comments and the presentation to all faculties and the experts around. Yes. Yes, Madhav sir. Dr. Madhav sir, you have something to share.
It's a paper is very good, but as Dr. Hina rightly said, it is the US context. But if our patients probably will not get that motivated cohort itself, so if we want the lifestyle intervention, we have to talk of intensive lifestyle intervention because patients take their own discount on their own way.
That's true. And sir, on that note, what we have done, change is like you mentors and the starwards as well as the experts in the around. So always after the end of all articles, expert will share her or his comments that what articles we have gone through, what are the learnings for the Indian perspective, what are the scopes for the Indian research, and what are the at present trends to research for or in research. And that's what our experts are sharing at present with all of us. And that's where we are looking for. So this is also we have evolved over time. Yes, there is one question. One of them, Dr. M, you can share your comments on it and we can proceed to second presentation if there isn't any comment.
Yeah, you can proceed. This is just